I'm Ray Milland, and welcome to Trails West. The news of President Lincoln's assassination in April of 1865 shocked the nation to its very depths. No man in all our history was more universally mourned. No one more bitterly hated than the men who killed him. Feeling was still running high 6 months later in the mining camp of Downeyville, California, which is the scene of this story. His brother's keeper.
Pick it up. I said pick it up.
I'm sorry. I was looking at the theater. I've played here before. This is a return engagement. Allow me to present myself.
I know who you are. It's best you get back on that stage and get out of here. You're not wanted here.
You're speaking for yourself?
I'm speaking for the whole town. I live here.
Pa? And why does Mr. Rogan want him to leave? Pa?
That's the brother of John Wilkes Booth, the man who shot Abe Lincoln.
Sorry, sir, we're all filled up. Perhaps later in the day when the afternoon stage is left. Not a chance, mister. May I leave my bag while I attend some business down the street? Thank you. It's all right, Sheriff. I've rented the theater for tomorrow evening. My manager made the arrangements by mail.
Oh, look, Mr. Booth. There ain't no law says you can't put on a show in this town, but take my advice. Don't try it.
Why not?
There's no use stirring up trouble.
Trouble?
As a peace officer, I aim to keep things peaceful.
Oh. The man that came in with me on the stage this morning has been talking.
Now, Height Rogan swings a lot of weight around here. Give it up, mister. No show's that important.
To me, it is.
Oh, don't say I didn't warn you.
I told you before, we're all filled up.
I came to get my bag.
It's over there.
I should think he'd change his name. I should think that...
Come on, son. Howdy, Mr. Booth.
Pa.
I'm Jeb Hayes. This is my son, Calvin.
Mr. Hayes? Calvin? Is there another hotel in the town?
This is the only one. I never knew this hotel to be filled up before. You're welcome to stay out at our place. We have plenty of room.
I'm indebted to you, sir.
I just have to pick up some supplies. Jeb!
I want to talk to you.
Well?
I always considered you were a smart man, Jeb.
I try to be.
Then you ought to know better than to get mixed up with a man like Booth.
I've got some supplies to pick up.
This is Height Rogan you're talking to.
You're doing the talking.
You know who he is?
I know.
Is your memory so short you don't remember a president of these United States? One of the greatest men who ever lived that was shot down
By John Wilkes Booth.
And you'd befriend a man from the same mold.
Edwin Booth never broke any laws or hurt anyone, Rogan. And if he had, it's still not your problem.
I say it is. I've got a big stake in this town, and I don't want it dirtied by a breed of murderers. I'm warning you, Jeb. Don't mix in something you'll be sorry for.
I'll be the judge of that.
It's gonna be hard on our backs, and worse than the horses.
No other way, son. Dig, spit, and pull.
I gotta talk to you, Jeb. Calvin.
Howdy, Mr. Dooley.
What's the trouble, Leif?
Hyde Rogan. It's got the whole town stirred up. It's about this Booth fella you got staying at your place. They don't like it.
You mean Height Rogan doesn't like it?
There's something eating inside of him, Jeb. Those eyes of his. They stare clean through a man.
Got work to do, son.
Pa, maybe...
Got land and cattle to tend. Appreciate you riding out, Leif.
Jeb?
What's the matter, Calvin?
Pa, can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Well, don't you feel kind of ashamed having Mr. Booth right here at our place?
I'm honored. Edwin Booth is one of the greatest actors this country's ever had.
Is that why you invited him?
I invited him because he had no place to go. No friends.
Well, you can't blame folks, Pa.
You can't blame Mr. Booth either.
Well, John Wilkes was his own brother.
You remember that outlaw stallion Newt Wilson had?
Yeah?
Nobody could break that horse. It was bad clean through. Newt finally had to shoot it. But the mare that foaled that outlaw was a good, gentle animal. And the two colts she's had are just like she is.
But people don't like those two colts. They don't trust him.
In the same way Hyde Rogan feels about Mr. Booth.
I see what you mean, Pa. The only difference is the colts don't know it.
That's right, son. Getting pretty close to supper time.
I'll unhitch the team, Pa.
Mr. Booth?
Yes?
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but Height Rogan has been stirring up the town against you.
There's a Rogan in every town, Mr. Hayes. There always will be a Rogan someplace, somewhere, keeping the tragedy of Lincoln alive. The name of Booth, an infamous thing.
No man has the right to become another man's conscience.
No. The devil takes care of that. I've had my share of him. Like a dull actor now, I have forgot my part, and I'm out. Even to a full disgrace.
Shakespeare?
It's a tragedy of Coriolanus. Are you familiar with the work?
No. I did see a performance of Hamlet once, right here in Downeyville, back in '52.
I was a boy of 19. I played here with my older brother, Junius. It was the height of the gold rush. If the miners liked your performance, they showered you with gold pieces. If you disappointed them, they tossed you in a blanket. Downeyville was good to me. That's why I chose this place, to try and find myself again. Last April, I announced that I was through. I would never make another public stage appearance. A man can't go on living in hiding forever while his debts accumulate.
I admire your courage.
That remains to be seen. Tomorrow evening will be the test. Whether I have what it takes to face the Rogans of the world. I'll give up the only thing I love, the stage.
Well, you can count on one man in your audience applauding.
Two.
Shakespeare, Calvin.
Folks around here don't have time for much book reading.
Education doesn't always come from books, Calvin.
We got a horse for you outside, all saddled up.
Rogan sent you?
Yeah, Rogan sent us. To escort you back to town, onto the stage, and out of this territory.
And what if I choose not to leave?
That'd be a bad choice. Boy, when the old man gets back, tell him he's got any complaints. He can take them up with Hyde Rogan.
You ain't the law. You can't come in here.
Boy's got too much sass. That's the trouble with young'uns these days. Any objections, Mr. Booth? Come on, let's go.
Back to get another axe.
What happened?
Where's Mr. Booth?
You're running him out of town.
Rogan?
I'm waiting another man. Came here a short while after you left.
Did they take him with them?
There wasn't nothing I could do. They had guns. But I tried, Pa, I tried.
Did those men hit you?
I'm all right.
Did they?
Pa, please don't fight them. Pa, they'll kill you.
I'm against violence. Always have been. But when somebody takes a guest by force from my house, abuses my son, then it's time I did something about it. Can't you understand that, son? I'm riding into town. You stay here.
Leaves in a half an hour. Mr. Rogan already paid your fare.
I'm surprised he isn't here to see me off.
Well, now, he's a busy man. Well, do our waiting in there. Come on. your exit, Mr. Booth. If I had my way, you'd go out on a rail in a pretty costume of tar and feathers. What's the matter, play act? You forget your lines? Fancy gold-plated words. Do some of the hogwash folks pay good money to hear you do? A right-thinking man leads only the good book. Nothing else. It'll make it lighter. Travel light. That's my motto.
That'll do, Wade.
You come for your guest, Mr. Hayes?
I came to find the man who invaded my home and assaulted my son.
Invaded. Assaulted. You talk like a bloody play actor yourself.
Quiet, hold it. Now, Rogan promised me there'd be no rough stuff.
Give me that gun.
You a party to this?
No, just aiming to keep the peace. Till the stage comes. You will be on it, Mr. Booth?
Do I have a choice?
Well, it's a free country. I suppose it's up to you.
There will be a performance this evening at 8 o'clock. You're invited, Sheriff. How's the house?
It's early yet.
Any sign of Rogan?
No.
Good.
What is it?
Rogan.
Come on.
What's your hurry?
Oh, I want to get a good seat.
There's plenty of time.
Good evening, Sheriff. Beautiful night, isn't it?
What are you doing here?
There's no law against a man standing around, is there?
Now, look, Rogan, I don't want any trouble.
Why, Sheriff, there isn't any trouble. Never seen the town quieter.
Well, it's no use, Mr. Booth. You'll never get an audience the way things are. You may as well give up and go home. I'm sorry.
It's Hank Rogan, isn't it? Stopping people from coming into the theater.
He's not stopping anybody. He's not doing anything. But if Pike Rogan and his boys are out there, then people are too scared to come in.
Can't you do something?
What can I do, Jeb? Ain't breaking any laws. I'm leaving town tonight on business. If there's any trouble, you'll have to handle it yourselves. Your gun's over in my office if you want it.
Thanks, Roy. I'll be right back.
No. No shooting. Anything but shooting.
There won't be. Curtain's ready to go up, folks. Mr. Booth is waiting.
He can wait until hell freezes over.
It seems to be a place you're well acquainted with, Mr. Rogan, but you're not going to turn this town into one.
What do you mean by that?
A place where folks are afraid to call their souls their own.
Still meddling, huh?
Are you going to let a bigot like Rogan here bully and scare you and... Theater's open, folks. Unless you're still afraid.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but we're going in. Us too.
We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. Now, I should like to recite one more passage. We are not enemies, but friends. We must be friends. Americans all. We have sacred ties of affection, which, though strained by passions, let us hope can never break. I earnestly invoke the cooperation of all good citizens for the effective suppression of unlawful violence and for the speediest possible restoration of peace and order, and through these, of happiness and prosperity throughout the country. This is not Shakespeare. These words were written by another great man, Abraham Lincoln.
Edwin Booth made his official return to the American stage at the Winter Garden Theater in New York City. But the way was paved, the real test met 3,000 miles away in a California mining camp.